Please welcome Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC and your Detroit City football club.
The ability to go 1v1, so look for him to ask some real questions of Pittsburgh Riverhounds and that back line. If those two players to fill in the gaps underneath Robbie Mertz, and everything that goes forward is through Robbie Mertz, the ability to play in between lines. If he can get in a rhythm, expect Augie Williams to really run in behind and stretch the game open. That opens up space in central locations.
Detroit City looking to bounce back, coming off of a 2-1 loss against Hartford, a team below the playoff line at the moment. 1-5-3 in their last 9 regular season games. For Pittsburgh, coming off a 2-2 draw against Loudoun, one of the teams they're chasing in the Eastern Conference standings, but a stretch of 4-1-1 in their last 6 games. And away we go. Detroit City left to right in the rouge, Pittsburgh right to left in the white and yellow. Happy to have you with us on ESPN2. Alongside Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Joe Malfa. Along by Yamazaki. Montez Diouf cuts underneath. Diouf going for goal. He has that in his bag. He's a player who's feeling confident right now. He stepped into that starting role after the injury to Ben Morris. He's coming off a goal against Hartford.
Just so comfortable in tight spaces, Diouf is. The ability to create his own space is something that you cannot teach, and how quickly he gets this shot off. Really testing Eric Dick and nearly finds that top corner. But he's a player that Danny Dekiel once expressed himself high up the field, because this young man can be a game changer.
He said this week in training, Montez Diouf had a couple of touches, had a couple of goals that he scored that left players sort of looking around like he could do that. And Danny Dekiel just sort of nods along. Yeah, that's what he's capable of. Looking that way again for Diouf with Jessiel Cedeno. Pittsburgh has it clear. Touch lacking though in the end on the turn from Sample. Now back through the other way. Darren Smith looking for Diouf, finds him. Diouf, saved by Dick!
From Detroit City, great pick out from Cedeno, understanding the high line of the Riverhounds is there, so what does that allow? The space in behind. And this is a perfect ball from Darren Smith, and I love the technical ability here from Diouf. Head down, keeping his shoulders.
Montez Diouf, I was hoping that we weren't overselling Montez Diouf and what he's capable of doing in the early portion of this game.
Exactly why we've seen 2 transitional moments between Diouf and Darren Smith going forward.
Probably won't be the last 2 transitional moments we see either. There's Diouf. Flicked on by Walty, settled by Mertz. Mensa out to confront him. Now it's Griffin. Walty and Mertz overlap there for Barnes. Mertz goes inside, goes for a goal. Gobbled up by Saldana. Mertz for the penalty spot. Handed away by Diouf. Down by Bradley Sample. Again, it's Sample. Flag stayed down. Sample delivering. Saldana comes through unperturbed. Punted it off the back of an attacker, chip toward goal. Augie Williams misses it. Abdou Ndiaye comes in. Might be the last kick of the ball here in this first half. Diouf chips it through, knotted down, not out of danger yet. Villanueva went for the scissor kick. Out goal kick, no need. Whistle goes 0-0 through 45. And away we go in half number 2. Third and final meeting until possibly playoff time this year in 2025 between Detroit City and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. One of the best fan bases from around USL Championship. Still on their feet, still in full voice, looking for a moment of magic. Darren Smith playing it through. It's Jobe. First touch onto the field for Jobe. Saved by Dick. It's really come down to a battle in the middle third, which is what Bob Lilly to some extent expected in our conversation. Sitting here through 73 minutes, and neither of these teams have really had a lot of success with the final third entries, with the box entries. That heat map would look like a big red rectangle in the middle of the field, but it's Diouf breaking through now. Montez Diouf right into the chest of Eric Dick.
Just so good 1v1 at this Diouf, the ability to be comfortable with the ball at his feet, but he takes that second touch right here too long. Once you get that ball out in your body, you have to get your foot around it and try to bend it around that far post. You take that second, you take that third touch, and that just plays into the hands of Eric Dick because he has the ability to come across that near post and just cut down the angle. And those are the little minute details that as he continues to develop and get more game time.
Detroit City looking for just a second win since May 3rd. Pittsburgh looking to keep the good times rolling. The draw would be neutral, of course, in terms of the result, but I don't think either side would leave happy with the draw in this one. Still time to change that equation. Mertz drops it back. Mertz from a distance. No trouble for Saldana.
Starting to get the ball in a little bit more, Robbie Mertz, as he's staying essentially underneath Jockerson. Able to really pick out a corner. It's an easy save in the end for Saldana.
Both these teams turn their attention back to the final weekend of Jägermeister Cup after tonight. It's a Friday game for Pittsburgh on the road against Portland Hearts of Pine. It's a home game for Detroit City. You could find right here on ESPN 2 next Saturday the 26th at 7 Eastern as they welcome Westchester SC. But because of all the points they stockpiled early, still sitting above that playoff line on 21 points. Still within touching distance of getting into the top 4 for a home playoff game for Detroit City. Same goes for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh have been equally dominant at home, especially this season. The road woes, though, have been there for Pittsburgh. In USL play this year, 1-6-2 on the road. USL play now encompasses the Jägermeister Cup and the regular season, so 1-6-2 on the road. Compare that to 6-1-2 at home. So with that in mind, sure, you're looking at this and saying maybe Pittsburgh happy to come on the road and get a draw. But again, that's not the line of thinking right now for Bob Lilly. With how tight things are in the Eastern Conference, feels like every game is one that you have to win, especially against a team that's right next to you in the standings. Maybe a moment here, slip through from Griffin, just deflected by Momentum. Going for a goal now, Griffin, surprising everybody. It whistles wide, and it didn't miss by much. Good defensive play once again by Reese Williams. He's quietly had an impact in this game since coming on midway through this second half. The fresh legs, the intensity and the pressure, it's forced some mistakes like that from Pittsburgh.
Fan favorite here at Keyworth. Could never question the work rate and the intensity of Reese Williams, whether he does start a match, whether he does come on midway through. Always provides a positive impact and is a true team player in the locker room.
2 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Pittsburgh preparing a late change here to try and impact this still. A stumble defensively from Pittsburgh. Space for Villanueva, options as well. Cutting in, Villanueva going for goal, and it just sails over the bar.
Talked about Villanueva, not just Diouf, that relationship and positioning. Diouf essentially, so that gives Villanueva a lot of real estate to operate on this weak side. Does a good job at using the momentum to his favor and try to shift it to his right foot. But as he is approaching, he just loses his balance a tiny bit, leans back, gets underneath it, and that's why it goes up over the crossbar.
Brigham Larson steps on now. Robbie Mertz comes off. For Larson, it's only his 7th appearance of the season. He's played a grand total of 30 minutes. Fresh legs and a big body up top.
Expect the Riverhounds to play more direct here.
4 minutes of stoppage come and gone, and there is the final whistle. It felt for large portions of this game like a playoff game between two teams above the line and separated by just 1 point, and it finishes tight like a playoff game, 0-0 after 90.